If you want to have longevity in business, then start by doing something that you love. We'll be talking about the importance of passion for success coming up next.
Business of soul.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Business of Soul. I am your host, Dr. Melody, and I am here with my beautiful co-host.
Yes, Lord.
How you doing today, Ma? Looking so cute.
You do too. I love those colors.
We both have our shoulders out, y'all. And look, we do not plan these outfits or nothing, but I think one day we might come dressed alike.
It gonna happen.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling it. But anyway, we're getting into this topic, which is using passion for success and how important it is, because you have to do what you love. If you want to sustain in business, you have to do something that you are passionate about. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. So I see a lot of people who have longevity in business, but they're not in love with what they do. You know, and when you see these type of people, they're very disgruntled, they're angry, they're unhappy, they're unsatisfied. And so by me giving advice to people who are in business or aspiring to be into business, I just want to give you the advice that, you know, do something that you love doing. Figure out and look at what you're passionate about. You know, what are those things that you love to do, you have an intense desire to do? You know, what are those things that you just have a passion for in your life? Those are the things that you can use those as cues to see, okay, I can use this in my business. Right. Sometimes people come to me and they'll be trying to figure out exactly like what type of business to get into. My first thing is to always look at, okay, what do you enjoy doing? What is it that you enjoy doing even without making money? You know, don't just think about, okay, how can I make money? First, think about what you enjoy doing and then figure out how you can use that as, you know, a tool or vehicle to create a business. For myself, I love a lot of different things, but I love to help people and I love business. I just love I love learning about business. So that's why I did a lot of things and got a lot of education on things that helped me to provide business services. When I really wanted to add the element of counseling to my business, then I earned a doctorate in philosophy, specializing in metaphysical counseling. And that's because that's something that I'm passionate about. It's not because, okay, I just want to have a certain title or whatever, but it had to be something that I really desired to do. Also, too, as far as passion, because anything I do, it really shows my interest. Because whether it's from entertainment or business services, whatever it is, even like with the foundation and everything, like with my son being missing in everything, and of course I love my child, so I put him in everything. You know, I created a foundation, the Jaden Holmes Foundation. With 321 Sun is our business and personal development company, but 321 is his birthday, March the 21st, and he is my son. So it just was a play on words. So that keeps me going, you know, because if you don't put passion into your business, one day you're going to wake up and you're going to say, man, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired. But see, we all have those days where we wake up and we tired. But if you're doing something that you're passionate about, you're going to push through. Right. You're going to keep on going, because even though I'm already passionate about the things that I do, when I, you know, put things in my son's name or name things to honor him, that made me even more passionate about it. And so it's like I can't help but go all in with the things that I do, because it's like ain't no way I'm a name this behind my son or in honor of from my son and not put all of my effort into it. So that was just another means to keep me going. You have to know yourself. You have to know what you truly love. You have to know what you truly enjoy.
Right.
What's gonna be that thing that's gonna make you keep going even when you don't feel like going anymore.
Right. That's
You know, because business gets tough.
hard.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Business really can drain you sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to do something that you love. Don't just do something because you see somebody else doing it and you're like, oh, they making money.
Right. Right.
I could do that and I could make some money too. But
Right.
the difference between you and that other person is that's their passion. And so they're gonna always have the fuel to keep going, even when those hard times come about. But for you, if some hard times come about or anything happens or whatever, then you're gonna be ready to quit.
Oh yeah.
You
That's
know what
right.
I'm saying?
Right. See, the thing is, you do have to have passion, and you have to really have passion and love to do what you're doing. Because when I started with, I started working in a daycare center.
Yeah.
That's where I started out at. But I liked it so much. I had so much love and passion for it. I had
Yeah.
a lot of passion for it. So what I did, I started my own.
Yeah.
See, so, and that, I kept it because that's what I really loved and had passion for
Oh,
doing.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you have to have the passion, because if you just do something and say, oh, I'm just doing this to make money, then you're not going to keep it.
Right.
It's not for you.
Right.
You're
It's
just
not for
doing
you.
it to make money, but
Right.
find something that you really do have passion for.
Right.
And it'll just keep you going. You're going to work hard to keep it, and you're going to try to do everything that you can do to keep it going.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. With the things that you're passionate about, there are clues to help us to know what we're supposed to do to fulfill our purpose. And I help people in a sense to find their own purpose, find their true purpose. But passion is one of the things that helps you to figure out what is part of your purpose or what is your purpose.
Right.
There are things that are natural to us, that are things that we don't do. We do them without thinking, or we don't care. We just enjoy them. We don't care who else is involved or if it's a money factor or whatever. It's just things that we love to do. It could be a hobby. It could be some type of activity. It could be anything really, but only you really truly know what you're passionate about. Now sometimes people who are around you, and because I've been in situations like this as well, when you're around someone and you know them enough and you can tell them, I see that you're passionate about reading or writing, or I see that you're passionate about children, or they may not even really see it right away.
They might not recognize.
Right, until you bring it to their attention, and then they're like, yeah, I do love this. Well, guess what? Then use that and figure out a way to implement that into a business for yourself. Because if you love that activity, if you love that thing so much, it will help you to keep going with business. Because there are a lot of ups and downs with business. So you have to start off with something that you love. We talked about money before, and yes, it's important to make money for your business, but if you start off with just a mindset of, I want to make money, and I'm going to do this solely just to make money, then you're not going to keep going, because there are going to be those down times when you may not be making money.
That's right.
You may not be getting any clients. You may not be getting any customers.
Right.
Whatever it is, they might have a natural disaster like sometimes we deal with that keeps things from running. Whatever it may be that arises. But here's the thing. If you are passionate, if you have that love, that desire that keeps you going, then that you're gonna keep doing it regardless. You're gonna pick yourself back up. You're gonna wait out those times. You're gonna try to figure out, okay, how can I get clients? How can I get customers? To figure things out. But if it's just about the the money, then you're gonna say, you know what, all you're gonna do is look for something else that you think will make you some money. And so you'll never have longevity with anything. You'll just find yourself bouncing from one thing to the next. So, and that's not gonna get you anywhere. So, now if you do find yourself like you got into this business because you're like, I love to do this or whatever, and so I'm gonna start a business. Now, if you find yourself where you see that the passion has ran out, and that can happen.
Oh, yeah.
Because we as human beings, we change. We don't always stay the same.
Right.
So if you see yourself where you're like, okay, well, I'm not passionate about this anymore, that's okay. That is a sign that it's time for you to do something else.
Move on.
To move on, right? And that's okay. Because sometimes we get stuck in these situations where, okay, it's like, I began this business and now, I don't feel the same about it. I don't have the same love for it anymore, but I don't want to let other people down. I don't want people to think that I'm a quitter. I don't want people to think that I'm just, I don't have my head on straight and I don't have it together. Guess what? You're going to be miserable.
Yeah.
You are going to be so miserable conducting that business that, you don't want to have an unhappy life. You want to have a life that is fulfilled. And being fulfilled, you have to do stuff that feels good to you.
That's right.
So even if you're helping other people that love to help other people, like myself, my mother, we really do like helping other people. That is a part of my business. That is a part of why we're doing this show.
We love it.
So, but if that is something that I love to do, then that's something that I'm going to put into my business. I'm going to figure out some kind of way to put that element into my business. But if there comes a time where I'm like, you know what, this is burning me out. I love helping people, but maybe this is not the means that I need to be doing it. Then I'm going to figure out something else to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't worry about how other people view you and see you, whatever they may think, because ultimately it's your life and your doing, right?
Exactly right.
So,
but I like what you were saying when you said that sometimes you can lose your passion.
Yeah.
Because I'm a good example of it.
Mm-hmm.
I love children.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I did it for years, ever since you was a little bitty baby. That's really one reason why I chose it, to bring you with me. Because I didn't want nobody beating on my baby.
Yeah.
But the thing it is, after some years, I got everything that I can get out of it. I had my own daycare, very successful. I couldn't ask for nothing better, but I lost my passion in it. If you ask me would I do it again, no. But I do have, like she said, sometimes people have more than one passion.
Absolutely.
I love flowers.
Yeah.
So, I always love flowers.
Yeah.
But I put that on the side to do, the child care,
Yeah.
like I said, because I had a great big passion for that.
Yeah.
So you do have other passions. Get your list. Some people have a whole lot of different things that they like doing.
Mm-hmm.
Get your list, make your list, jot it down, and pick out one of them and say, let's see which one that, I feel that I, have more passion to start out doing.
Yeah, and that's a good point. That's a great idea. Make those lists and stuff like that, because like I said before, we do change. So we don't just figure that, okay, this is it for me. Like, okay, I'm doing it. It may be for you for that time. And what you're doing at that time may be the thing to carry you to the next part, because all of it ties together for you to fulfill a greater purpose. So you may be at this stage in your life, then you go to another stage, but that's still doing what you love to do.
That's right.
Right? So with trying to be successful in business, it starts from love. It starts from passion. It can't just start from the monetary gain. Because if it starts just from the monetary gain, you are going to give up at some point. You are going to be looking at your life, and you can be uber successful, right? Uberly successful. And you can be so successful and have all the money, but guess what? You are so unhappy. They have people out there like that because they're not doing what they love to do.
Right.
And that's a
have to do what you love to do
Yeah.
in order to be successful at it and not be aggravated,
Mm-hmm.
overworked up.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you love doing something, you can work 24 hours and don't even get
Yeah.
mad at it because I've heard people say that I'm doing what I love.
Yeah,
I'm doing what I have passion
and
for.
it doesn't feel like work.
Yes.
When you're doing what you really love to do and what you're passionate about, it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
I work all day long, but you know what? It really doesn't feel like work for me because, yeah, I'm working, but I don't look at it just as work. I look at it as I'm fulfilling my purpose.
That's right.
And that what gives me a greater sense of being. And that's what I just want you guys to take away from this. Do what you love to do. Figure out what that is. Even if you have to ask somebody, if you can't figure it out, ask somebody around you. When you look at me, what does it seem like I'm most passionate about? Is there anything about me that stands out to you that you see me doing a lot, or it seems like that I really enjoy? You know, sometimes other people will be quick to have an answer, quicker than you are.
That's right.
You know, it's because people have a different perspective of you. They're at a different viewpoint, and so sometimes the person on the outside can see things that you're not even paying attention to. So we have to just learn ourselves. And sometimes, just like with anything else, we learn ourselves, we have to ask questions.
That's
it's
right.
okay to ask other people questions about yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To
Right.
learn more about yourself.
Exactly.
That's perfectly fine.
Right.
So, you know, with this topic, you know, and everybody with business, they want to be successful. So I was really trying to just think about, okay, what are the key points? You know, before we talked about money, and money is a blessing, but so is passion. Passion is a blessing in itself because passion, like I said, is gonna give you some cues. It's going to steer you to where you need to go. Yahweh instilled all of us with some type of passion, and it's not by happenstance. It's for a reason.
That's right.
There's a reason why you love to do certain things. And if we just kind of like take all of that into account and use it, then we could be so fulfilled in our lives and so happy, and you can work, make money, and be happy at the same time.
That's right.
Now, that sounds like a great life right there.
That's a wonderful life.
You know, because how many of us go on a 9 to 5 and we're unhappy? How many? Because why? Because it's not our dream, it's
Right.
not our passion.
Right.
We're strictly there so that we can pay our bills, make
Right.
a check so that we can, you know, make a living and take care of our overhead and our children and our household or whatever it is. But we wake up every day and we like dragging our feet. We really don't want to go. We looking at the clock all day, waiting for, you know, when it's time to get off. First we wait for the lunch break. Then we wait for, you know, the time to knock off. Like, that is psychologically, that is torture. That is torture. And a lot of us are in those type of situations. And then we move from the 9 to 5 and we start becoming an entrepreneur, or we start a business, but we in that same mindset. We just looking at, okay, what's going to cover my bills? What's going to take care of my overhead? You know, I have these children. What's going to, you know, put food in their mouths? That type of stuff. But guess what? You in the same predicament that you were in with the 9 to 5 job. So my advice to you guys is, if you really want to be successful, success is not just monetary. Success is about having that true joy in your life. And joy does not mean that you don't go through things. You are going to go through stuff, but you can still be joyful. And when you have that type of attitude, it will bring more success, because it's all about the frequency that you're working on, the vibration that you're putting out, and that's what you're going to get back into return.
Right.
So I hope you guys can kind of like understand where I'm coming from with this, because I'm not telling you don't try to make money. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that you have to start off with something that you enjoy doing, because if you don't, you are not going to be happy. You know, so we don't want to walk around, and there's too many of us just walking around and we're all disgruntled and unhappy. We don't want nobody to bump into us, step on our shoes, we're ready to go off on each other. And a lot of it has to do with that, because we're not not doing what we love to do.
Right. You know, I remember the days, and I know what you're talking about. I remember the days when I was working out in childcare, and I was one of them people. I didn't want to put my feet on the floor to get out of that bed. I'm just thinking about all the aggravation and the torture. And hey, look, I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
Good person doing my work, and I had to find a way to get out of there.
Yeah.
But when I started my own, the same thing I was doing, like you just said, it had a whole different outlook on it, a whole different outcome. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm being creative. I'm taking care of my children. I mean, they came first in my life. I mean, it's just that I couldn't wait to put my feet on that floor to get up and open that door to let them in. And that's what she's saying. It's all about having passion and doing what you love to do.
Yeah, because that's a good point, because sometimes we do take certain professions and certain jobs because that is our passion. But the circumstances of that job is what depletes us.
Right.
And so sometimes we take that same passion, that same thing that we enjoy, and we do it for ourselves.
Yes.
And it's like we just have a whole new attitude, right? You know, so yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah,
You know,
and that way you getting everything that you wants to get out of it, because you do enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
But like she said, just the outcome, the
the circumstances that you're dealing with.
Right.
With,
Exactly. That makes it hard.
Yeah.
But you could take the same thing that you have passion for, do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know you like it, you know you love it,
Yeah.
then take that. That's something right there, y'all, we done gave you. Take that and turn it around and do it. I mean, that's what I did. So I mean, that's what I enjoyed, and I just
Because you cannot let people and circumstances steal your passion from you.
Right.
Steal the love that you have for certain things from you. You know, because that thing that you love to do, because look, there are devils out there, right?
Yeah.
There is a devil in play, no matter what you believe or whatever. If you can say dark forces, negative forces, whatever,
Whatever you call
you know. So there's always something to oppose us. And sometimes that opposition comes to make us move in another direction. It's not saying that it's meant for you to not do that certain thing or not be in that certain field. It's just about maybe steering you in a different direction and say, you know what, I need to do this a different way. I need to do this for myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of dealing with certain things on this job or certain things dealing with this partner that I have. I need to do my own thing. You know, and that's the thing. So we have to learn how to just take a step back and look at situations as a whole and not let things steal the jewels from us that were given to us, that we come into this lifetime with, that we're birthed with. We are given those jewels for a reason. And they're for you to use them to shine.
That's right.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And so, and that's the thing. And we all have our passions, we all have our talents, we all have things that are ingrained in us that we are good at. And don't let anybody take that from you. If you have to remove yourself from a situation and do it on your own, then do it on your own. And that's what really that's the importance of using passion for success.
Right.
So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today. And I hope, with any of the other shows, I hope you guys got something out of it. But you guys, I am Melody.